office inscription about rain or snow or gloom at night. I think about what these archaic beings mean that unfurl like a rope ladder down through history and fall at our feet like crocuses. All of our lives is a rebus of little wooden animals painted shy, terrific colors, magnificent, horrible, close together. The message is learned the way life at the edge of a beach in autumn is learned. The seasons are superimposed. In New York, we have winter in August, as they do in Argentina and Australia. Spring is leafy and cold, autumn pale and dry. And changes build up forever, like birds released into the light of an August sky, falling away forever, to define the handful of things we know for sure, followed by musical evenings. Yes, friends, these clouds pulled along on invisible ropes are, as you have guessed, merely stage machinery. And the funny thing is, it knows we know about it and still wants us to go on believing in what it so unskillfully imitates, and wants to be loved not for that but for itself. The murky atmosphere of a park, tattered foliage, wise old tree trunks, rainbow tissue paper wadded clouds, down near where the perspective intersects the sunset, so we may know we too are somehow impossible, formed of so many different things, too many to make sense to anybody. We straggle on as quotients, hard to combine ingredients, and what continues does so with our participation in this historic night, a landscape painting full of inner turmoil and bright colors. There are many different sides to Van Gogh, the man. When Van Gogh fell in love with a girl who didn't return his love, he cut off his ear and gave it to her as a present. It isn't hard to imagine her reaction. Van Gogh's portrait of a mailman with a red beard is probably one of the most sensitive paintings of a mailman ever painted. It is interesting to note that Van Gogh himself had a red beard. When Van Gogh was alive, nobody liked his paintings except his brother, Theo. Today, people flock to see his exhibitions. Van Gogh once said of himself, "There is something inside of me. What is it?"
For a while, I had a magical interest.
No mastery of classical form and meters, and no possibility of ever abandoning them to the horror of past scholarly outraged professors. But
again caressed your innocent hand.
First tape on label, second shooting window, the way that American cities suggest the law, zygote matrix fulfilling the need in upper tribes, orgy gossip outside, it's not even like that, repairing leaves, suggesting gists, Africa Kardashian Paste magazine, on board wife 4 years ago, my dumb laugh pains me, I hate my life, but hope I keep it, can smell my old life suddenly from this video. What is the significance of John Greenleaf Whittier? It smells like California fire.
my balls. Suck my balls, Mr. Gacy. Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Suck. $900 million. Suck my balls. $900 million for that. I was just reading these James Schuyler pieces today about he lived on Greenwich Avenue and Jane. Joe Brainerd comes walking out at the sunset on Jane Street. Lo and behold, that thought just occurred to me. Here I am on the front. Just found this hole-in-the-wall sushi place, and they've got a $5 sushi burrito. It's called a Yummy Stick. So I'm just deliberating, or should I get a Yummy Stick or not? $5 for a Yummy Stick. It's a sushi burrito, supposedly. So I wanted to go to Gramercy Typewriter today. They are closed, so I'm going to have to come back later.
week. I love it. I have throughout history wondered, how could you treat a group of people like that? Even if you hate them, how could you get these people to treat these people like that? I never got it. I never could wrap my mind around it. Having lived through this coronavirus thing, I see now. I see absolutely clearly. It's not hard. Create a class of people, a lower class, convince that society, the lower class, is responsible for all that society's problems, and you can get people to do to them whatever you want. Whatever you want. History is full of examples of this. You got to go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and there you'll see them as low as $49.99. That is absurd for the best cotton you can find. Giza Dream Sheets, sale of the year going on right now, but it's limited time. MyPillow.com, radio listener specials, promo code Jesse. I promise you'll email me and thank me for that one.
It's next to nothing. Credit Karma.
Own it, own it, own it.
York, something always keeps me, sometimes sadness, sometimes love, well, mostly love by different names, like fear. Then some salt breeze talks through the window, that old line, sky the color of our eyelids, or the future of hiding the fun behind a cloud of clouds.
Money time, but it don't sing or dance and it don't walk. Long as I can have you here by me. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to spend the month of August. This is my reading residency. I didn't get to read it all during the pandemic. I was forced to watch TV, and this is we don't know what's going to happen, but this is in theory the last month that we're going to get on the dole. So it's hot. It's like 95 degrees. It's like a heat emergency. They sent a warning out, to an advisory to everybody that it's like dangerously hot out. So we don't really want to go outside during the day, and just sitting by the air conditioning mostly. And I've just got all of these books, just piles and piles and piles of books that are like unread. So it's hard to look at that as a form of labor. We're caught, especially right now. It's like you got to go back to work. What's a real job? And especially when you're thinking about money and that kind of bearing down on you, it's like there's a lot of anxiety and apprehension about just laying in bed and reading. That's lazy. That's first of all, it just takes a lot of discipline to even get yourself to do it. I had this kind of surfaced memory just a second ago. I guess it wasn't that surfaced, but I was thinking about, I think it was 2013, spring 2013. I applied, I think it was around March. There was a poetry contest, Columbus Poetry Forum they do a yearly contest, and I submitted, stuff that I had written 2010 or something. I finished, somebody else won, I was like first runner-up. And so I was in California when I found out. I got an email about it. The prize was like a $50 gift card to Half Price Books and a reading at the Poetry Forum. They give you 20 minutes. And I told my brother and his wife, I finished, first runner-up in this poetry contest, and they didn't really seem... They just thought, well, you didn't win. The guy that won was like, I don't know, an MFA or something. But what ended up happening was I told him, I was in California, I couldn't do the reading then, but maybe we could set it up for the fall or something. And I was moving back to New York, so I was kind of going back and forth. And I told them, I could come back, or if we could schedule it for like around Christmas break, I could do that. And they told me that I couldn't do it. They told me I was disqualified or something because I didn't live there. And I had a really good idea for how I would do my reading. I wanted to make a tape of it. And at that point, I was not really nervous about readings like I would later become. And I just think it's such a shame that they didn't allow me to do that. That would have been so important for me in my life and my career, to have had something that legitimate that early on. I mean, I did finish first runner-up in the contest, but, who cares? It came and went. I got a $50 gift card, sweet, but I don't know. I mean, I've been feeling really depressed the last few days, and I'm just going through all this, like usual. When you're not being proactive, I guess, you just get... But I applied for this fucking reading series in Soho, this fucking Elizabeth Street Garden reading series, and they didn't respond to me. So I'm just feeling very rejected and illegitimate. And just thinking back on that, I'm just like, how dare what? That's absurd. That's, first of all, it's very provincial, right? You're from out of town, you're going to be out of town. We're not going to have you read at our series. It's like, I grew up in fucking Columbus. I've been there my whole life. I don't know. I never get booked for anything. I've never been the featured reader on anything, to be honest. But I should have been. I mean, I did qualify. Like, I should have been given a reading. That was part of the fucking contest. You know, that was...
Never thrown more than 94 pitches in a major league game. He's up to 31 in the first inning. See his cheeks flushed. That's what happens when you're on the mound in a long inning and a hot night. Not the way Pollock can get himself back at the dugout. Seager at second with 2 down. And Pollock goes down swinging. And that retires the side. Couple of doubles by Muncy and Seager give the Dodgers a run. Mets come to back down 1.
New Yorkers share their personal stories about
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like,
Yeah.
had a really good time, and, like, I'm so thankful for all the friends. They're still friends with me
Yeah,
now.
right. Do they work in the film business?
One of my friends was a producer. Who picks the people that go on to, reality television? Are those producers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so she would be the person that would pick the people that would go on to, like...
Really?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it makes sense, because, like,
Like
she's
what
really
show?
good. Oh, Bad Girls Club.
Oh my god.
So she was the person that was, like, did all the Bad Girls Club stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's got to be an interesting job.
Oh yeah, and like I mean,
She had the eye for that kind of talent. The Bad Girls Club people.
she's just really good at getting people to say things that they shouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I respect about her, and also something that terrifies me.
Yeah. So I just sort of got into an argument, you know, with Jenna. She didn't like my haircut. She kept talking about how it looked bad. Which, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of going to hang out with her to, like, feel better. Now I feel worse, kind of. God. I'm about to leave for my reading. Elizabeth Street Garden. Just feeling kind of emotional lately.
Risk of being destroyed by the city. They want to build a mixed-use building here, and we've been fighting that for a long time. There's more information up at the table. We have a pending lawsuit. If you're interested in helping, you can volunteer, you can donate, you can spread the word, and help us save this beautiful place.
Today, thanks Joseph and the team, and special thanks to my friend Fred that's hosting me during this.
Long flights, long roads, long days. Little and long, the equation for misery. On a plate of little fuzzy strawberries, the sweetest growing in a greenhouse.
A hillbilly called you a son of a bitch. Your eyes remained empty like knotholes in a fence. You had just wised up, we're being cool. Could you see it drain from their eyes like the last shadow of water from the well out back? And thank you.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm Danny. I'm from Argentina. I happen to be stranded in New York. I know. How great. I have some short poems for you today. Thanks, Joseph. on the team, and special thanks to my friend Fred that is hosting me during this day. Okay. The conquest of men. You arrived to me and called me love, like Columbus, when he arrived to America and called it India. Venus and Adonis. She, naked, asks him not to go hunting. He goes and dies. Translation. All we have lost in translation has harmed us. We behaved badly. We didn't go to the source. And here we are, someone's rib. The second nuptials of a man who didn't want to go down. And here's the last one. It's called palimpsest. I dumped acid on myself, scrapped my skin, and wrote over it. Underneath remain traces, the texts that didn't reach the canon of my existence. Let the Kabbalists come, those timeless scholars and rabbis, as I lay sprawled upon the table like secret writing. Strip me down carefully, trap the marks, and deliberate on the natural state of this erased woman. I wonder if like this you'll reach the serpent, the one of infinite gratification, the one that desires outside every law, outside every paradise. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Matt Proctor. I'm going to read 3 short pieces. This first piece I wrote 10 years ago in 2010, I guess it's 11 years, in Columbus, Ohio. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. It's sort of about business as religion and how capitalism is our God. It's called One Nationwide Plaza. The cloud crowns the tower, Excalibur brandished by Lilliputians towards battalions of stars. A logo glows with power, matching the moon's complexion. Lost in the light, the fiery armor of Mars and the cool balm of Venus, rattling through the meteor shower, glorious artillery of celestial wars. Humans with advanced computations have lifted the boot of weather and shelved themselves in rectangles and squares, lines unfound in nature. Birds and moths rest on the shoulders near the illuminated crest of the gathered city. The name is soft and shines like a pillow, familiar as a mother's face to a baby, pale as an apple bitten into. You don't need to applaud, that's fine. Because the night. The future of now is getting paintings with you tomorrow. Bi-coastal lifestyle from George Leon, cash and carry. Met my new friend Bethany in the tomato garden at Waverly Triangle. She lives on 6th Ave and 8th Street and has for 2 years. The cops stole her books last night. In the winter, she sleeps in a stairwell on 9th Street. The building knows and is cool with it. She says the bouncer at Duplex told her, "We don't want people like you around here." Oh yeah, Bethany scoffs, on Christopher Street. Stonewall was started by trans homeless women. I ask if she travels around the village a lot. No, she mostly stays where she lives. We talk for 20 to 30 minutes and walk from 7th up Waverly to her home. Not homeless. Urban camping, as she likes to call it. Nobody even looks at me. Anywhere I go, I'm invisible. Marsha P. Johnson was murdered. Her murderers were never investigated. Sylvia Rivera died while homeless in 2002. No social media accounts, no email, no cell phone. Friends in the neighborhood let me get mail at their address. Actors talked to me, famous people. Used to be Liquiteria, they went out early in the pandemic. Old friends sitting on park benches like bookends. The lake was nearby, and many years later ended her life. Worst day imaginable to a mother. Punch to the gut, sucker punch. Have to keep your guard up on the street. Worried I'll get killed in my sleep. Someone was going around murdering homeless people. Spy angels came among us to take notes on what they could retain. Incorporeal database, what they saw, what they heard, what it all felt like. Conclusions barely scratch the surface, and they're all we have. Thank you. So I make these books on my printer. I've got a double-sided laser printer that I make these little books on. So I try to put out one quarterly. I've got some freebies over here if anybody wants them afterwards. This is from a couple years ago, Taking It to the Streets and Other Political Poems. This is about when I met Richard Hell, who's sort of a myth in our time. September 24. Meeting Richard Hell helped. He was the complete gentleman. Introduced himself, turning to each of us individually, shaking hands, politely saying, "Hi, I'm Richard." Everybody was cool. Maybe they didn't recognize him. I did, but I didn't blow it. He admired the gallery of watercolors on the wall behind our heads. Went into the kitchen, chatted with Greg a couple minutes, came back and asked he was sorry. He'd been working all day. Otherwise, he'd love to stay and talk. He'd shown up late, an hour at least after everyone else had left. There was me, Sarah, the artist, and her husband. We'd been taking pictures at the party, which now was over. Richard Hell waved goodbye politely with both hands and went back to his apartment next door. Such responsibility for the room, such kindness and grace. Incredibly classy, I thought. So that's how you do that. You can follow me on Instagram, Easy Paradise Mag or Comfort Arto. Easy Paradise Mag is my poetry magazine.
Let's give another round of applause for those folks. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing your work with us.
Hello. It's a movie.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you can do whatever you want. Oh my God. Don't shoot me.
Is it a Western?
That's right. We're cowboys.
Okay.
Do some cowboy stuff.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner.
Howdy. Yeah.
Right, but then, oh yeah, very good. Help yourself there. I'm filming my TV show. My poetry TV show.
Those songs are, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like those like Supreme songs, Temptations. You look at like Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters. Those are all those songs are really crazy short.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of the exact.
Yeah, a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can only the emotion can only go in so long a verse.
Unless you're so good that you can write a 10-minute piece. And I of course I swore, and she's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was just like, I'm like, somebody who does not want to be at this fucking party.
Nice.
And then my girlfriend at the time was humiliated, and then she broke up with me for a little while. And that happened.
Are you back?
No. It went down in flames. But
well, I think. Are you filming this?
Yeah.
Wait, you got to tell me about this.
Oh, sorry.
I thought
I thought the end of the story was
they were gonna be like,
because people do get so much in their head. I understand.
In my drunk mind, that's what was gonna happen.
Every time they're gonna be like, oh, this is what. he's
Right,
like
right,
so
right.
busy all the time.
Right,
It's like
right.
I'll try to make an appointment to see you
Yeah.
during the week. Like
Yeah.
we'll see each other before you leave. Don't worry.
Right,
He said
right.
to me. I was like, fuck you. Classic.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's famous. Everybody cool from Ohio.
Shooting.
Hey. Is it the shooting?
Yeah.
Which one? In
All
Dayton?
of those.
What shooting?
The school one.
That didn't happen. That was Columbine.
Ah.
That was Colorado.
This is not like or was it like the movie theater where they were?
That was
Batman?
that was also Colorado. That was Aurora.
I will not go to Colorado.
That's right. If you go to a movie, they'll kill you.
I'll not. You know.
That's right. That's good.
You have like
That's smart. Maybe we should do an interview.
Okay.
I feel like we should talk about poetry or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
May
Have
I
you
help
published
you?
any books?
I'm about to.
Really?
publish
What are you working on?
On October.
Shit, yeah.
My first book.
Really? Is it a collection or
Yeah.
beautiful?
It's about 45 poems
Cool.
that I wrote. I've been reading it for like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. And it's gonna be on Argentina. Look for something on October.
Hell yeah. Is that with a particular press or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an independent press. Watch out.
That sounds super cool. It's perfect bound and shit. Do you have a cover and everything?
About to.
Okay.
We hired this photographer that she's doing.
Sweet.
She's gonna do a cover. It's
That's so
called. The book is gonna be called Animal Therapy.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like when you caress the horses.
Oh, that's what that means?
You know.
Huh.
Yeah, like autistic kids used to.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like alternative ways of therapy.
Uh-huh. It's therapeutic for them.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is that a term that originates in English or?
No, it's in Spanish.
Okay.
I just translated it.
Yeah. Right. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm
I've been
excited.
writing a lot this trip.
Are the
for like
poems-
my second book.
Really?
But you know, I first need to cut first.
You're
I'm
wrapping
so
that up.
ambitious.
That's what we like. We like ambition.
Yeah, man.
We want to see people who want to conquer the world,
Yeah.
change human consciousness, enlighten people. Are the poems differing lengths? We were talking about that earlier. Are
Different?
they like short poem, long poems?
Yeah, short and long mixed.
Are they autobiographical?
There's something, but not like.
Uh-huh.
A couple of them are like short stories that became poems. Others
Oh,
are
cool.
just poetry that is not like literally my life.
So you write
I
short
should
stories?
read it to you.
I
should
would
read
love it.
that one.
Let's do it.
My friend did a translation. I can read it.
You can read it in Spanish.
No, I'll read it in English. So you know the audience will understand.
My audience is smart. They will
Are
understand
they
it.
polyglots?
Hell yeah, they are. Okay.
I'll read his translation. I found it.
Cool.
Should I read it?
Yeah.
It's called Animal Therapy. I stroke you in the kitchen like an autistic child would a tame horse. I'm the child and you're the horse. Though sometimes I'm the horse and you're the child, or we are both the horse or both the child, stretching her hands in search of touch, the soft and docile mane, the ears twitching. I wanna own homes.
I have a background.
You work with him?
I
to-
just gave him some
Uh-huh.
and he did some work and I
Right.
changed The ones I read, I like retouched them,
Right.
but these ones I didn't retouch them yet.
So you make the final decision
Yeah,
over what?
because I know, like I asked him and I know him,
Uh-huh.
so it's not like I
Do you
have a
like-
publisher that will say like yes or no.
Right. Do you find that it changes the P, or is it surprising the way the translation might be different than what you had in mind?
Some things sound better in English, but
Right.
very specific things. If not, like the original is always better.
Uh-huh.
As a translator, it's like also when I translate from English to Spanish,
Right.
it's like the English is gonna be better,
Right.
even if I do a great job.
Right.
Like some things could be better in Spanish,
Right.
because I don't know why,
Mhm.
but mostly the original is better.
What do
You
you-
cannot fight it.
What do you think about mistranslation?
Sometimes it helps. You get like a different meaning, and it's like, oh, I also like it.
Yeah, right.
Depends. Other times it just ruins it. What do you think?
I insist on it. I prefer it, actually. I mean,
I
I'm
was
all,
sure you're gonna say that.
You thought I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it's like anarchist. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Is it that obvious? I didn't think that
Different
came.
meaning.
Today was trying. I was trying to be like controlled. Today I was trying to be like normal.
Yeah, I see you trying.
I was really trying to be like.
Oh no! Don't stick it there.
Oh no! I don't know why they put those. To me, that's. Who's doing that? Let's erase it.
Here there was a poet. I guess that you
Yeah.
trade him and
I want to do this. We should do this.
he'll just write.
We
you-
need to get a typewriter and come down here. You want to do that?
No.
Why? You don't want to write poems for people?
Always. It's my call.
Yeah, exactly. We bring it directly to people.
Is it here? Is
We're
it here?
anarchists, right? Or
You are.
you want to sit? Yeah,
I'm
right.
just-
Me, the royal we.
Yeah, let's.
The editorial.
Oh, the royal we.
Right.
We the people. Okay. Bye.
Oh.
We're on video.
We're videoing it.